What's Rukorukobi and Nukekubi? Let's begin with Rukorukobi. Its story originates from a city called Shizuoka and tells of a priest who escaped along with a beautiful girl named Oitsu. While traveling, Oitsu fell ill, and her treatment required spending all the money they had. The priest, who was with her, decided to kill Oitsu to keep the money. After killing her, he took all the money for himself. When he reached his destination, the priest decided to stay in one of the houses he found on the way until morning. The owner of that house had a beautiful girl. As night fell, the priest went to sleep, but suddenly, the girl appeared beside him and her neck started elongating and stared at him in a frightening way. When he looked closely at her face, he realized that she had transformed into Oitsu, the girl he had killed. She began screaming at him, saying, "You killed me." Her face started to change into a terrifying form. She kept screaming at him in a horrifying manner until she completely disappeared, and everything returned to normal. The next day, the priest confessed to the owner that he had killed Oitsu for money. He also admitted to other crimes, including killing his wife for the same reason. He regretful of what he did so. The priest returned to the temple and built a shrine for Oitsu, where he prayed daily to atone for his sin. However, as a punishment for his actions, his daughter transformed into a creature known as Rukorukobi, a demon from Japanese folklore. This creature appears as a normal human during the day but turns into a monster at night, with its head connected to an extremely long neck. Women who become Rukorukobi are unaware of their transformation because they remain asleep, yet their bodies act separately. Their heads move, eat animals, and terrify people in the streets. The girl who turns into a Rukorukobi might not even know she has changed, as she reverts to normal upon waking. It is believed that the Rukorukobi curse affects women as a punishment for committing evil acts, such as betrayal or crimes. Sometimes, the curse is a consequence of their husbands' or fathers' misdeeds, punishing them even though they themselves did nothing wrong, forcing them to suffer for the actions of others. Now let's talk about Nukekubi. Nukekubi is a creature very similar to what we talked about earlier, Rukorukobi. Both are curses that affect women, causing their spirits or heads to separate from their bodies while they sleep and wander the streets at night. However, the main difference is that the Nukekubi curse causes the head to completely detach from the body, unlike Rukorukobi, whose head remains connected by a long neck. Nukekubi is considered more aggressive than Rukorukobi, who only fed on animals. In contrast, Nukekubi feeds on human blood. A girl afflicted with this curse, when she sleeps, her head completely detaches from her body and begins to chase people at night, trying to touch them as if she is absorbing their blood. The myth says that a young girl was affected by the Nukekubi curse without realizing it. At night, her head would fly and chase people to their homes. When someone escaped and entered their house, she would start banging on the door with such force that it left deep marks on the wood. When the girl discovered her condition, she asked her husband to divorce her. And she cut her hair and performed rituals to expiate her sins. But in the end, she decided that she must be killed. There was once a man who married a woman afflicted by the Nukekubi curse. One day, he heard that the cure was to eat the liver of a white dog. This man had a dog with similar characteristics, so he killed it and fed its liver to his wife. Indeed, she was completely healed. However, after her death, their daughter was afflicted with the Nukekubi curse. At night, the girl began hunting down all white dogs or any creature with white fur, until there was no cure left for the curse. That's it. Peace.